Hi everyone. It's been raining here, but the sun just came out, so I thought it would be a good day to give you a little tour of my garden. It's the beginning of May, so everything is really green and vibrant right now. First, I'm going to show you guys my herb garden, which I put on my front lawn right in front of my house here. And I wanted it really close so I could come out and pick herbs for cooking, and I do that pretty much every day. So I'll show you what I have in here. I have this as a bronze fennel. I got it just because the color is so beautiful. I have this mini compact raspberry. It's thornless and it stays compact like this. Raspberries are my favorite food, so they're allowed to be everywhere in my garden. There's Freya. Hi Freya. This right here is chamomile, and then growing in it, it's hard to see, but there's yarrow, which is actually growing like a weed in here, but I use it sometimes for different things, so it's nice to have. Here I have oregano, some tarragon, some thyme down here. I have a little mini rose bush because the more roses the better. And then some sage here with more yarrow growing in it, and some more thyme down here, and then some rosemary back there. So I have quite a bit of everything. Oh, I also have some chives down here behind my rose bush. They're still kind of small, and some chives up here. So yeah, I encourage you all to grow herbs because they're like the easiest thing to grow, and I eat them every day. It's so wonderful. So now I'll take you down to my garden, which is just down the hill down here from my house. So my house is here, and then it's just across the lawn down my hill down here. And this garden used to be mostly flowers. So when I had a flower farm, I had 3 different gardens, and this was one of my gardens, and it was mostly like perennial flowers. I have a sore throat today, so hopefully my voice isn't too scratchy. So here is my garden looking down the hill. I haven't been able to garden for about 3 years because of my health, and I'm just starting this year. I've been able to do a little bit, so it all became completely overgrown, and I'm bit by bit trying to reclaim it. I don't know if you can see the fence goes all the way down there. Down my barn, that's my barn area down there, and then it comes up here. So it's a pretty good size area, and I would like to probably plant more like perennial fruits and berries in this area is my long-term goal. But I will show you what I have growing so far, and it's really jungly right now. I need to mow, but I need help mowing right now, so I will probably wait till the grass is done growing in like another month or so. I also like to wait until all the wildflowers are done, which is part of why I wanted to film this today, to show you guys the wildflowers. They're almost done, the buttercups. It's so pretty. It's kind of hard to see, but it's like all buttercups growing around, and it's just really magical in here right now. So this is my little sweet pea arbor right now. And then down below here I have some strawberries growing. And then on the other side here is kind of overgrown. I have some calendula and some other flowers, but I'll probably weed this out and then plant maybe some cucumbers. I just planted this bed here with some seeds, mostly greens, and then I put some flower seeds in here as well. I have it covered because my chickens and my cats will come dig any fresh dirt that I have, so I have to protect it. I have multiple rose bushes scattered throughout my garden. This is one of my favorites. It's like a bright coral color. I probably have about 30 rose bushes total. Most of them are not up here in this garden. Most are down the road, down by my greenhouse in another garden that I used to have. And then way over here by the fence, I put this here. This is a black cap raspberry. It grows wild here, and I dug this one up. I found it way up the hill there by the road. So I dug it up and moved it in here. These make these little black raspberries, and they grow on canes like this, kind of like a regular raspberry. So I'm hoping it'll do well here, and I put it way over here by itself by the fence in case it gets big. It could become like a whole hedgerow, which would be really awesome. So rooting for this little guy. I grabbed a stick so I can point things out to you guys as I go. In this bed here, I have some lavender growing here and more lavender here. And then I put these little strawberry plants. These are really tiny little strawberries, and they're so flavorful. So that's fun. And then I have Coco Pelly here. He is the guardian watching over my garden for me. Past the kiwis, I have this big bed here, which I have nothing growing in. As you can see, it's completely overgrown. I do have some pincushion flowers here, which is remnants from my flower growing days, and they are still doing it, so good for them. But the rest is all overgrown, so I have this whole bed to plant sometime. And then below the kiwis here, these are chrysanthemums, a couple geraniums here, and then I had this sprout out, and I have no idea what this is. It looks kind of like a fruit tree, but I'm just gonna wait and see what this is, and then I will maybe dig it up. Over here, across from the kiwis, I have a little pomegranate tree. It's still really, really tiny, and I've had no pomegranates yet. And then over here, I have a fig tree. It looks like it's doing pretty well. And through the fence here is my little creek. This is a really nice spot. I'm growing my blueberries under this arbor here. They haven't done super well so far. It's pretty hot here and dry, so I'm growing this grape up over them to hopefully give them some more shade, and I hope that they'll do a little bit better. And then to the left of the arbor here, I just planted this lilac this year. Here's 4 of my blueberry bushes. I actually have a blackberry coming up here. Blackberries are one of my worst weeds here, actually. They send runners under the ground, so they're really hard to eradicate. It's a constant battle with them. Next to my blueberries, I have my compost bins. I have 2 separate bins here, and I just made these out of pallets. I need to build new doors, so that's on my list to do sometime this summer. And then I planted this rose to grow up over it, and it's really beautiful right now. I also planted this wild rose behind it, this pink one here. These grow wild in the forest here, and I just dug this one up and moved it. Behind my compost, I have an elderberry bush. It gets huge, and I whack it down all the way to the ground every year, and it gets really tall. It's still growing right now. It looks like it has a lot of caterpillar damage this year, but I think it will recover from that. And then in front of the compost, I have a little trellis with some raspberries. They're still really small, but I'm hoping to make this whole area raspberries. That would be a dream. And then behind the raspberries there, that's all mint in there. Then across from the mint here, I have this bed, and last winter I did do a little to this bed, and I laid some cardboard down to suppress the weeds. And then in here I planted, this is a dwarf boysenberry tree, so I'm pretty excited about this. And one of my rose bushes down here. And then in here I planted some raspberries growing up here, and one boysenberry here. And then I have these artichokes. Artichokes do really well here, and they have seeded and they grow like weeds around my whole garden, which is okay, but sometimes I have to pull them up. And then I have these butterfly bushes as well in here. So my garden is on this steep hill, which isn't ideal. So I've made these terrace beds. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 separate flat terraces that I had to make in here. And in this one down here, this is all peonies, which are starting to bud up, and I've been trying to weed in here. I have a lot more weeding to do, but peonies are absolutely wonderful. And in my last little bed down here, I have some feverfew growing, but over here I had a bunch of eucalyptus, and I cut those down. And eucalyptus does really, really well here, even if I never water it. So it's actually really hard to get rid of. So I'm trying to do this deep mulch method here to try to smother out the eucalyptus. So I'm just going to keep piling brush and grass and everything on top, and hopefully that works. If that doesn't work, I can always throw a tarp over, but hopefully do a long, deep mulch method like this, and then next year maybe I can cover it with some dirt and it'll be ready to plant. Lastly, at the bottom of my garden here, I have my apple trees. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 apple trees down here. They are still pretty small. Some little baby apples on them. So I would definitely like more fruit trees here. So that's my goal. All the fruit trees. So now I'm at the bottom of my garden. I put my garden here because of the location of my house, which is up the hill there, and it's really sunny, but the problems are that it's really steep, and then the main problem is the soil is not great here because it was all a drainage. So up above my house, it was a drainage all coming down here. When I put my house there, I diverted the water. So all the water goes over and comes down this drainage here now, but it used to just kind of spread out and flow all down this area. So that means the dirt here is like solid clay. It's not great. So it needs a lot more organic matter, a lot more inputs, but slowly I'm working on it and improving the soil here. Over there, I don't know if you can see, I have a curly willow planted. My pond is up there. That's like the dam of my pond. You guys, look at all the wildflowers in here. It's so magical. And this isn't even, they're pretty much done right now. But the wildflowers here do really well pretty much anywhere that gets mowed, then they do well. So my whole field over there I mow and it's full, absolutely full of wildflowers right now. And then past my willow tree there, I just planted this cherry tree right here. I just planted that this year, and I would have preferred to put it inside my garden, but cherry trees need a lot of drainage, and with the clay soil in my garden, it's not ideal, so I put it out here, which is also clay soil, but it's kind of up on a hill. So hopefully it does well there. And this cherry tree is actually 3 different types of cherries grafted onto one tree, so each branch will be a different type of cherry, which I'm excited about. Also here, the birds and everything else tend to eat all the cherries before they even get ripe, so we'll see if I even get any cherries. But hopefully I will. So there's my garden. It's still a crazy jungle, still so much work to do, but it brings me so much joy. I mean, look you guys, spring. It's so amazing. It just doesn't get any better than this. Thank you all for checking out my garden. I hope you all have your own gardens to go frolic around in today. And if you don't, then go find someone else's.